Hello, Joel Tadman here from Golf Monthly. I'm here at Foresight Sports HQ in Guildford having a test of the Mizuno JPX900 driver. Now this obviously replaces the JPX850 driver, which was a driver I wanted to like more than I actually did. I felt like it went pretty well out of the sweet spot, but I found it difficult to hit the sweet spot often because of, well, it was a smaller club head at 440cc. It had a pretty small profile and just didn't really, for me, offer the forgiveness on off-centre hits that I was hoping for. Either it was designed for better players, I think every ability of golfer could do with a little bit more help on off-centre hits, and Mizuno say they've kind of fixed that with this new JPX 900 driver. It's got a larger profile at address, it's longer from front to back, it's got a shallower face, and there's a little bit more adjustability on here. It's still 440cc, which is incredible given how large it looks at address. It's, like I said, it's got that shallower face, and that's why. But we've got loads of different settings here on the sole. Really intuitive. It's going to help golfers really dial in their ball flight and launch conditions to get the most out of this driver. As well as the improved variable thickness club face, we've got two 8-gram sole weights here on the bottom, and they can be positioned in various different combinations on the sole to create different shot shapes, spin or launch conditions. So you can have them both in the front for a really low spin. You could have one in the fade and one in the low spin, one in the draw, one in high spin, high forgiveness. So loads of different combinations to choose from depending on the ball flight that you want. And then of course there's this other weight here, which is a face angle sole weight. So just by moving that close to the face, you're going to be able to close the face. It's going to make the face sit a little bit more shut. And then if you want it, you can have it in neutral or you can have it in the open setting as well. So I've been testing it in this very funky looking Speeder Evolution 2 shaft, the extra stiff. It's really nice combinations, fire orange moving into the deep blue head. It's got that signature Mizuno blue on top with the black face, so a little bit of contrast there to help you align the face. Let's have a look at the numbers that I got on the GC2. From memory, they're very impressive indeed. Okay, so the all-important data then for the JPX900 driver from Mizuno. Tested it in 3 different settings using premium golf balls. Initially, with the 9.5 degree head, you've obviously got quick switch adjustability, so you can go anywhere from 7.5 all the way up to 11.5. There's also some upright settings as well there for a little bit more draw bias, which is something I certainly didn't need. If you're looking at the ball flight here, average carry with the 9.5 degree with the weights in the fade setting and in the low spin position, so 1 in each. Average carry is 273, so that is very impressive indeed. Anyone who knows how far I tend to hit the ball, that is above average. But you'll notice the spin numbers were quite high at 2.5 and launching at 17, so I need to get that spin down by putting both the weights in the front position on the bottom. And you'll see from the next set of data here, the carry distance remained the same, but the spin came down by over 200 RPM. That peak height is a little bit worrying. You can see it went from 48 to 46 yards, so that is still a really high ball flight that wouldn't perform exceptionally well into the wind, or generally you wouldn't get much run out from that ball flight. So the third setting I tried was with lofting down to 8.5 degrees, still with those 2 weights right in the low spin front position setting, and that's when I got some really impressive distance. You can see spin came down even further, 2000, peak height came down to 43 yards, which is still a little bit high, but the average carry was 279. I got one out there at 286 carry. Now that's a long drive for me. That is probably the longest shot carry that I've hit all year. While it may seem like it outperforms other drivers on the market significantly, don't forget this is just the carry distance. Total distance was actually quite similar to the best shots I hit with other drivers that you might have been watching other reviews of from me on the Golf Monthly channel. So yes, this is very impressive and definitely a significant improvement on the 850, because you look at the average, the carry distance, there wasn't really many bad shots in there. The forgiveness levels were certainly improved compared to previous generation Mizuno drivers. Ball speed 157, that is fast. But if I was to test this driver again, I would loft it down to 7.5 degrees and I'd keep those 2 weights in the low spin setting. I wonder if Mizuno could send me a third weight and I'd whack it in the fade. position. I don't know if that would affect the swing weight too much, because if you look at the ball flight, generally was missing it to the left, especially with that last position, the optimum performing 8.5 degrees. You can see there was quite a few shots that went left. So this is the thing to take from this review, is that it's a high launching driver. It's got a lot of different positions to help a lot of different golfers, whether you're a slicer or a hooker, or you tend to spin the ball too much. I think you're going to find a setting that's going to work for you. Maybe you like to see a shut face, an open face at address. You're going to be able to tweak this driver to the position and the setting that you want. That peak height is still very high. It's a very high ball flight, and if I was to take that on the course, I don't think it would go as far as these numbers suggest. So that's something for me to follow up on. But initial verdict is this Mizuno driver certainly delivers. It's well worth a go if you're in the market for a new driver. It's only £399, so pretty good value for money here, considering the way prices of drivers are going in 2017. It looks great, very easy to align. I love the look of it. This shaft felt especially well. Presumably this is the stock option, so well done Mizuno. Hats off to you. You've done it in the iron market, and you seem to have done it in the driver market as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. Presumably you're going to go and check out this driver and have a hit with it, because it's got a lot of potential to help your game, and you'll save a few quid as well. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.